Now on 4 News Now at 6, new developments in a gas station shooting that left a man dead. We'll show you how the suspected teenage shooter ended up in jail.
I'm tracking the last of a few showers and thunderstorms, plus sunny spring weather will return, the warmest weather of the season so far in the First Alert forecast.
And defense attorneys for accused killer Bryan Kohberger are denied once again when it comes to the death penalty. Plus, the changes ordered for Idaho execution protocol. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Breaking news in the case of accused killer Bryan Kohberger. The judge in the case denied the defense team's request to take the death penalty off the table. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Bryan Kohberger is accused of killing these 4 University of Idaho students: Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, and Kaylee Gonsalves in an off-campus home in November of 2022. His defense team has argued several different motions asking Judge Stephen Hippler to remove the death penalty. But in a new ruling handed down today, Hippler denied a defense motion to remove the death penalty as a way of sanctioning the prosecution. The defense team had argued the prosecution's discovery disclosures in the case have been voluminous and disorganized, and that it violated Kohberger's right to due process. The state argued that it was simply not the case. Kohberger's trial is set for August.
Meanwhile, today, a federal judge ordered the Idaho Department of Corrections to allow media witnesses at executions to watch as lethal injection drugs are prepared and administered to a condemned person. Idaho's execution protocols currently allow media witnesses to watch as a condemned person is brought into the execution chamber, placed on a gurney, and has the IV inserted and attached to medical tubing that leads into another room. Prison officials will have to install a closed-circuit audio and visual feed before they're again tasked with putting someone to death. Spokane police say a man turned himself in today for last week's shooting at a Maverick gas station that left 1 man dead. Investigators say 18-year-old Quentin Hutchinson turned himself in to the Major Crimes Unit. He's charged with the second-degree murder of 24-year-old Timothy Allen Jr., who died from a gunshot wound to the head and foot. Hutchinson is being held on a $1 million bond. This all happened early Friday morning at the Maverick on Division and Montgomery. Well, following a good soaking this morning, there are now thunderstorms in our area.
And Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is here with our First Alert forecast. Chris, the thunderstorm is possibly going to be causing some problems for people this evening.
That is right, especially in parts of northern Kootenai and Shoshone County, or if you're heading on I-90. Here's a look at our radar right now, and we are again looking at those thunderstorms from right around the southern tip of Lake Pend Oreille down through the Kellogg area, starting to sink to the south of I-90, and these storms are moving to the east-southeast right around Hayden Lake. Some thunderstorm activity, pea-size hail, gusty winds, brief heavy downpours, and we do have cloud-to-ground lightning strikes. Here's our count. We categorize them by positive and negative strikes. The positive strikes are the most likely to be lethal or cause wildfires, so we like to separate those. And again, these storms are moving to the east away from the Coeur d'Alene area, the Hayden area, but we have some thunderstorms right around Kellogg. These are sinking a little bit to the south. I want to show you the view on I-90 around the Cataldo area, where the roads are still wet from the storm that moved through earlier with some standing water on the road. It is breezy in many locations. Moses Lake, 32-mile-per-hour winds, 25 in Spokane, 24-mile-per-hour gusts in Pullman. Those winds will die down as those thunderstorms move out. 62 at 7 o'clock, will be 50 by 11, but skies will clear, setting the stage for a beautiful Wednesday. I'll be back with that forecast in just a few minutes, Kirsten.
All right, we'll see you then, Chris. Joining me, the Central Valley School District has also drafted Title IX complaints to the Departments of Education and Justice about Washington's transgender athlete participation policy.
The board discussed 3 different versions of the complaint at a board meeting last night. The letters raised concerns over conflicting federal and state laws over transgender athlete participation. It asked the federal government to intervene and open an investigation into OSPI and the WIAA. No action was taken last night, and the board will reconvene at a later date.
The Meade School Board also discussed issues with conflicting state and federal laws in regards to transgender students last night. Board members delayed their vote on a newly proposed transgender policy that favored federal law over state law after they said OSPI urged them not to pass the policy just hours before their meeting. They did not provide a timeline for when they would revisit their vote.
A new survey from the nonprofit newsroom called 19th News shows America is split pretty evenly when it comes to lawmakers focusing on transgender issues. The survey shows 49% of people don't want politicians focusing on these topics. That's up from 43% last year. The poll also asked people whether they supported legislation for gender-affirming care. 59% said they favor the rights of transgender adults to access gender-affirming care, which includes hormone therapy for those seeking to transition. But only 43% said they support this same type of care for minors.
Here today to fight for equality, to fight for opportunity, to fight for freedom.
Meanwhile, Senate and House Democrats reintroduced the Equality Act today. The legislation would amend the Civil Rights Act of 1964 to explicitly ban discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity in employment, housing, education, public accommodations, jury service, and federally funded programs.
A tragic reminder tonight that we have to watch out for wildlife on our roads. 41-year-old Nathan Norblad of Valley, Washington died last night when he crashed into a moose on Highway 395 north of Chewelah. Investigators say the collision happened around 9 o'clock. A woman riding in the car had to be airlifted to a Spokane hospital. Okanagan search and rescue crews recovered the body of a missing Oroville woman late last week. Sophia Sorensen Amaro's family reported her missing last November. Her car was found near Loomis a couple of days later. Then winter hit and the search for her was called off because of snow. Now that snow is gone, searchers were able to find her body in just a few hours. Sophia's mom says her daughter had just returned from a 30-day inpatient treatment for mental illness when she vanished.
Newly elected Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney is vowing to take on President Trump.
He says Canada is still in shock over what he calls the American betrayal.
I have a question. Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready to stand up for Canada with me?
Liberal leader Mark Carney is celebrating his victory today, vowing to bring Canada together and represent everyone who calls Canada home. Carney has not ruled out continued talks with President Trump, but he has also been moving to deepen ties with what he calls more reliable allies.
The United States extends its congratulations to Prime Minister Mark Carney and his party on their win in Canada's recent federal elections.
The Trump administration says the U.S.-Canada relationship remains one of the most extensive in the world, and it looks forward to working with Prime Minister Carney's government. With this battle between the U.S. and Canada, America is now experiencing a decline in Canadian tourism.
While Eastern Washington hasn't seen notable changes in border crossings, overall, the state is. Marissa Rio joins us live from Riverfront Park tonight with how this is impacting us here in Spokane.
Derek Kirschen, border crossings were actually up into Washington state in January. Then in February and March, we started to see a decrease in Canadian travelers. And then Visit Spokane here says that they've seen that decrease firsthand. Tourists can walk into Visit Spokane's visitor center, discover all that there is to do in our region.
Tourism is a big business in Spokane County. It accounts for about $1.5 billion in business.
Visit Spokane tries to take note of where their visitors are from.
Last year, we had about 954 people from British Columbia make contact with our employees. So kind of a loose number, but you can kind of gather that about 5% of our visitors to the visitor center are from Canada.
As tensions increased between the U.S. and Canada this year, Kate Hudson said Visit Spokane experienced a decrease in Canadian visitors. Here are the numbers. As you can see, there were more Canadian visitors in January and February this year compared to 2024. But in March and April, those numbers dropped and were lower than last year's.
They pay the sales tax They eat in our restaurants. They support our businesses. And so to lose that small fraction, that can impact us.
Kate said they've also recently received emails from their yearly Canadian visitors.
They were very nice emails, but expressing concern and saying that perhaps they might wait 4 years before they come back for another visit.
Visit Spokane expects this decrease to be more significant as we move into summer. West Coast Entertainment, which presents SDCU's Best of Broadway Spokane, have also felt the impact, saying a number of its Canadian ticket holders have voiced concerns about traveling to America at this time. Live from Riverfront Park, Marissa Rio for News Now.
All right, Marissa, thanks so much. It's almost game time. Two of Spokane's biggest events are right around the corner.
If you're participating in Bloomsday or Hoop Fest, you'll want to make sure you're ready. Diet and fitness play a big part in the process. Multicare registered dietitian Brittany Thorpe says what you put in your body the day before and the day of a big sporting event is very important. Thorpe says that means eating carbohydrate-based foods, which provide you with quick energy for exercise, and what you drink is also key.
So when we think about activity and nutrition, nutrient timing is really important. So we want to make sure we're going into an event hydrated, because dehydration significantly impacts performance and brain fog and mental clarity.
Thorpe also says for sporting events that last more than an hour, you'll want to make sure you're fueling during the event too. That can mean bananas, Gatorade, or those sports gels. I've never liked those though.
Carry a fanny pack or something.
Yeah. That's cuter. I like that. Well, tonight we have the chance to show you some very special, very strong women who are being honored.
It's a look at history that you may not know about.
They serve as an inspiring role model for young soldiers entering service today.
Coming up, we'll show you how the only black, all-female unit to serve in Europe during World War II is being honored, and show you a little of their history as well.
Plus, the city of Spokane's new plan to keep alcohol from being sold near parks and schools.
And up next, Idaho takes a shot at grading the state's schools. We'll show you how to access the report card for your children's school. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Sports on 4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Lindor, Swanson.
The new DQ Summer Blizzard menu has such a stacked lineup, it calls for a
trade proposal.
My s'mores for your mixing bowl mashup.
You got a deal.
Trade up to the new DQ Summer Blizzard menu. With new mixing bowl mashup plus fan favorite s'mores, nothing says summer like baseball and our new Summer Blizzard menu.
You drive a hard bargain, kid.
Right now with DQ.
DQ, happy tastes good.
Are you moving? Make it easy with Dan the Moving Man. Reliable, efficient, and stress-free. Dan is your locally owned, trusted household and piano moving partner. Visit danthemovingmanwa.com for your free quotes today.
All across Washington, people are coming together
to restore our rivers and streams.
We're planting trees and shrubs to cool and purify the water,
making it healthier for salmon.
Each project improves water quality and creates new habitat for fish and wildlife.
The ripples of these projects will be felt for generations.
Be a part of the ripple effect by volunteering with your local conservation district.
What can we make for you today from the Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, Montana?
At Northern Quest, it's easy to get distracted with over 1,500 slot machines, including 392 different slot titles, all competing for your attention. A sexy Roman god here, a magical owl wizard there. Whatever's going on here, it can be a little overwhelming until you realize our slot machines pay out $167 million in annual jackpots. You're not so distracted now, are you? Northern Quest, yes, the best.
The Book of Mormon is the best musical of this century. You won't believe how funny it is. You won't believe how much heart it has. And when it's over, you won't believe how much you'll want to see it again. The Book of Mormon, June 3rd through 7th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
All right, welcome back. The Idaho Department of Education just launched a new version of its website.
The new and improved Idaho Report Card website will make it easier to track school performance. Madeline Mullins joins us in studio now to explain just how it'll do that.
Well, the Department of Education is calling it the Comprehensive Accountability Website, and it gives parents, teachers, administrators, and the public the ability to see how certain schools stack up against each other. For example, you could search the name of your child's school and see how it compares in ELA literacy and math proficiency to other schools across the state. The website also allows you to search your side-by-side comparisons with individual schools or entire districts. You can also see how many kids are enrolled in the school and what the race and income level is of those students. And in a statement today from the Idaho Department of Education, the Idaho State Superintendent of Public Instruction, Debbie Critchfield, says this website provides an easy way for Idahoans to understand how public instruction is performing statewide. And this website allows you to have up to 5 side-by-side comparisons at a time and see how schools' performance have increased or declined over the years. In studio, I'm Madeline Mullins for News Now.
All right, Madeline, thank you. Move over Alexa, Siri, and even ChatGPT. There's a new AI sheriff in town.
Oh, of course there is. It seems like Facebook already knows what you're thinking. Well, now its parent company, Meta, really wants to help you out. It is launching Meta AI, a standalone artificial intelligence app. The new AI assistant will get to know your preferences, and it's personalized to you. The company says it will be more conversational and easy to talk to, and it will include a Discover feed. There's more. It is also the companion app for Meta's AI glasses. I need to read more about that because I wonder if the visuals from the glasses can be incorporated into your conversation with AI. Who knows?
Good question.
And artificial intelligence is never going to replace you, Chris. I need your forecast every night, 5 and 6 o'clock, and 11.
That's right. I've been searching the web for raincoats for you. Here's what I found. No, just kidding. We do have some showers right now. A strong thunderstorm moving away from Hayden Lake and moving almost directly to the east, but right now producing 30-mile-per-hour gusts and pea-size hail plus lots of cloud-to-ground lightning strikes. I'll be back to show you where those storms are headed next after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Portable Cedar Cabins.
What's a good sign that this week will be great on GMA?
Good morning, America.
Yes! Julia Louis-Dreyfus is here.
That's a good sign.
It is a good sign. And this week, Florence Pugh, Kerry Washington, and Josh Groban all live on
Good morning, America.
Watch Judy Justice weekdays at 3 on KXLY ABC4.
Judy Justice is now in session right here.
Judy Justice is brought to you by Russell and Hill. Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Call 1-800-LAW-0842.
So you've been thinking about upgrading your air conditioner for a while now. But with tariffs right around the corner, that waiting could cost you big time. Fortunately, Bill's Heating and AC planned ahead and stocked our warehouse full of pre-tariff air conditioners. Same comfort, same quality, without the coming price hike. But this equipment won't last long, so don't wait until prices go up. Take advantage of pre-tariff pricing and our lowest price guarantee. Call Bill's Heating and AC today and lock in comfort before comfort costs more.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning.
New York City's hottest hits are landing right here in Spokane. Join SDCU Best of Broadway, live at First Interstate Center for the Arts. It's lights up on a thrilling new season. Moulin Rouge, the musical, The Notebook, Back to the Future, Some Like It Hot, and the epic return of Disney's The Lion King. You just have to be there. Get your season tickets and get swept away at shows.broadwayspokane.com.
BECU would like to celebrate your mom this Mother's Day. Share a picture of your mom and tell us the impact she's made on your life. She'll be entered for a chance to win a $100 gift card courtesy of BECU. Enter at kxly.com/momsday.
We are tracking thunderstorms. They are moving away from the Rathdrum, Hayden Lake, Apple area, but there's still rumbles of thunder around the region. And as I mentioned, there's an area of strong thunderstorm activity that is moving almost directly to the east, away from Hayden Lake right now. We've had some rumbles of thunder around Apple, but that activity has now moved south of Highway 54. We've got some showers and a few rumbles of thunder there, as well as gusty winds. Wind gusts have been in the 30-mile to 35-mile-per-hour range. Things are starting to improve around Wallace, Kellogg, and we're still seeing some rain on I-90 there, but it is not as heavy, and we're not seeing any hail. All of that is coming to an end later this evening with clearing skies and 4 things to know about your weather. A sunny Wednesday with a warming trend, our first 80-degree day of the year, and then a cooler, showery weekend. It'll be cooler, and there will be some showers, but most of the weekend is actually looking pretty good. We're going to be dry Wednesday through Friday. Then a chance of showers comes in late Friday and into Saturday, 40% chance of showers, but also some breaks. And then Sunday, only a 10%, and it certainly looks like Bloomsday, the race, is going to be dry. Our weather pattern right now, this is starting at 11 o'clock tonight. We have high pressure building in for sunshine Wednesday, beautiful weather Thursday, Friday. We get that southwesterly flow, bringing our temperatures up to 80 degrees. And then Saturday, this cold front moves in, bringing those showers, and it is going to cool things down, but not as much as I thought yesterday. I've bumped up the weekend temperatures, so they are in the mid-60s instead of the lower 60s. Here is your planning forecast. Beautiful sunny weather for the next 3 days. Then those showers on Saturday, a high of 65, 66 on Sunday with partly cloudy skies. For Bloomsday, we're back up into the 70s Monday and Tuesday, and overnight lows, gardeners, no problems. We'll be in the 40s through the 7-day forecast, Kirsten.
Yeah, looking really good. Thank you, Chris. Well, sometimes when you need your caffeine fix, you need it, and you need it now.
The quicker, the better. Coming up, we'll show you how Starbucks plans to get you your caffeine fix even faster, like in 4 minutes or less.
Plus, people get tattoos for all sorts of reasons. We'll show you how a camera tattoo is helping one woman recover from the horrors of war.
We want to meet patients where they are.
And up next, the game changer when it comes to weight loss, how one popular medication will be easier and less expensive to use. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything
from design and products to removal and installation. Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower remodel.
When I was told I needed radiation treatment for a brain tumor, I couldn't stop thinking about what could happen to my memories. Those moments I cherish from growing up, of finding myself, of the people I love, of what I've created. But they all just fade away. But when I learned how precise treatment was with Gamma Knife, I was reassured that those moments would be preserved. Because it's not only about protecting the memories I've made, but the ones I have yet to create.
Celebrating 30 breathtaking years, one extraordinary show. The dance and music spectacular that took the world by storm and captured the hearts of millions. Riverdance. And now, experience the passion and energy of this mesmerizing show live on stage. Riverdance, the new generation. Coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts, May 28th and 29th. Get tickets now at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Spokane Riverkeeper and the Salish School of Spokane are connecting kids with the Spokane River. Through hands-on river science, kids are learning to protect the water.
We protect and restore the Spokane River for future generations. These students carry the language and history of the land, and their voice reminds us why this work matters.
We must protect and teach. New America is honored to donate $2,500 to Spokane Riverkeeper and Salish School of Spokane. This is how New America cares for kids.
A show that pays tribute to one of the best Mexican-American performers of our time, Selena. Carla Perez, live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, May 8th. You'll love Yachtly Crew, a 7-piece SoCal band who has started a nationwide yacht rock craze. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, July 3rd. George Thorogood and the Destroyers bring their roof-shaking rock party to the Coeur d'Alene Casino live Thursday, July 31st. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Should we take a look at? What do you think?
So here, from design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
4 News Now is brought to you by George Geek Kia, Spokane.
Welcome back. The weight loss battle is taking a new turn tonight, potentially helping millions of people take back their health.
Yeah, the maker of Wegovy is making the medication available to several telehealth companies. The goal here is to make it more affordable for people paying out of pocket. ABC's Rena Roy has the details.
A big change is coming for one weight loss medication. Wegovy is now available in injectable pen form in set doses by prescription through 3 telehealth providers for the first time. Hims & Hers, LifeMD, and Ro. The weight loss medication will come in the same auto-injectable pen those using their insurance get at their pharmacy.
We want to meet patients where they are and make sure that we have the option to have Wegovy available to them wherever they seek care.
Parent company Novo Nordisk says this will simplify the process of getting the drug and make it more affordable for those without the insurance coverage.
So essentially, for almost $600, you're getting access to the drug, access to 24/7 support with some sort of clinician, and online support around nutrition. Clearly, this is meant to streamline the process, to make these drugs more accessible, available, affordable for people, and really kind of a one-stop shop.
These telehealth companies now working with Novo Nordisk after the FDA banned them from selling compound or copied versions of GLP-1 drugs now that these drugs are no longer in shortage.
And so where we saw before a little bit of a battle between the original drug makers of some of these drugs and the telehealth companies, now we are starting to see them working together.
Competitor Eli Lilly has also been selling weight loss drug Zepbound via telehealth, but only through vial and syringe for those without the insurance coverage, which is often less convenient for patients. Wegovy says this could eventually expand beyond just patients with obesity to those living with chronic diseases. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Well, there are all sorts of reasons people have for getting a tattoo.
Some see it as body art, personal expression, or cultural significance. In Israel, people are using tattoos as a way to recover from tragedy and loss. Karina Engelbart softly cried as the tattoo artist inked a camera design onto her back. It's a tribute to her husband, who was taken hostage during the October 7th attack and was then killed during his captivity by Hamas. She says the tattoo is for him and to help her recover from what she's lost. California tattoo artist Christine Barnum flew to Israel to help those trying to recover.
And we memorialized him with a camera. He was a photographer, and I was able to do that for her. And it's so heartfelt to be able to be part of her healing journey. And then she just broke down and cried because now she feels like he's always with her now through the tattoo.
Many people showed up to this special healing tattoo event. A former civilian employee of the Israeli army chose a bulldozer tattoo, removing the letters PTSD as a symbol of overcoming the scars of war. Well, Southwest Airlines has new options for baggage and seating.
You want more leg room? Free checked baggage? We'll show you how you can do that coming up.
And we'll tell you why the Cougars athletic director thinks different game times next football season are a good thing.
Up next, what Washington's Head Start Association is doing to make sure the program families depend on doesn't have to shut down because of money. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's a sale so big, it can only last one day. And it's this Wednesday for 8 short hours at all Walker's Furniture locations, where you'll save an additional 20% off all furniture, all bedroom, all dining room, all living room. It's all marked down 20% off already low prices. Plus, you can save now and pay over time with 5 years special financing. This Wednesday only at Walker's Furniture.
Are you moving? Make it easy with Dan the Moving Man. Reliable, efficient, and stress-free. Dan is your locally owned, trusted household and piano moving partner. Visit danthemovingmanwa.com for your free quotes today.
Are you ready for an upgrade? Now is the time during the 2024 model clearance sale at Post Falls Volkswagen. Drive home the 2024 Tiguan today with 0% APR. Have a trade-in? We want your vehicle and we will pay top dollar. We also have cashback bonuses up to $2,500 on 2025 models. Don't let these deals pass you by. Head to Post Falls Volkswagen now, the home of 0000.
I was fully stopped and I got rear-ended going full speed on the freeway by a truck. I was diagnosed with functional neurological disorder and had to relearn how to walk.
It's just a parent's worst nightmare to go through that. Russell and Hill, they were amazing. I didn't feel like I had to worry about anything when it came to the insurance company, which took a huge burden off of me. I wanted to focus on Haley getting better. I recommend Russell and Hill to everyone I know. I would never use anyone else.
Get ready for the concert event of the summer. On the road again. Catch Willie Nelson and family. Bob Dylan. Billy Strings. And more at the Outlaw Music Festival's 10th anniversary tour, May 22nd, One Spokane Stadium. Get access to preferred tickets with your city card. For tickets and more, go to ticketswest.com or outlawmusicfestival.com.
Get ready for the thrill of a lifetime at the Last Stand Rodeo this Memorial Day weekend, May 23rd through the 25th in Cooley City. Presented by Chess Ford and NextEra Energy Resources. Get your tickets online at laststandrodeo.com. Don't miss it.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, thanks for staying with us tonight. The Washington State Head Start Association is joining a lawsuit against the Trump administration over funding for the program.
Yeah, parents hope the program will continue beyond this year because they don't have anywhere else to go for childcare. Derek Strom spoke to several parents about their concerns.
Childcare is so hard to come by, and especially for single parent.
Head Start providers and parents are joining a lawsuit against the Trump administration, accusing it of kneecapping the Head Start program through delaying funding and cutting staff. Many parents across the state depend on the program for childcare that allows them to go to work or school.
The flexibility to, know that we could drop our kids off before we had to be in an 8 a.m. class or to be to work by 8 a.m.
Many other Head Start parents around Spokane say they don't have other options if Head Start is cut because daycare is often too expensive.
The normal childcare is over $1,500 just for one kid per month. And so it's not something that an average, even middle-class family can afford, much less low-income families.
Head Start parents here at the Northeast Community Center are afraid of what it would look like if Head Start was eliminated entirely because it's already difficult to find childcare, but it's even more difficult to find childcare when your child has special needs. 2 of Ashley Hyatt's kids have special needs and are in early Head Start. Hyatt says being able to rely on Head Start for childcare has been a huge benefit for her, and her kids have learned so much through the program.
They were on physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, and feeding therapies. And they're 2 years old now, and they're just down to speech therapy once a month.
Hyatt says she would likely have to quit school if she couldn't enroll her kids in Head Start.
It would put a lot of strain on us financially and just mentally. I think it would really harm my kids leaving Head Start.
In Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
A vital resource for child care workers in Washington is at risk.
Federal and state governments are proposing cutting funds to a support program for our state's youngest learners. The program in jeopardy brings mental health professionals into classrooms where a child under the age of 6 is having behavioral issues. Child care facilities warn they are seeing a concerning increase in the need for these interventions, warning defunding this program could lead to a rise in existing challenges.
It feels scary to think that teachers will be left without that support, and even parents too.
We'll explain what this means for you and your family tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest.
A new alcohol ordinance just went into effect that's meant to make the community safer. The ordinance will ban any new shops that sell alcohol meant to be consumed somewhere else from being opened within 500 feet of certain buildings, including schools, parks, and libraries in Spokane. It doesn't include grocery stores or restaurants. The city says the convenience stores selling booze are often connected to crime and drug activity, as well as littering.
Public assets where we expect vulnerable populations, including children, to be present, and therefore we want to recognize that there's the potential for a conflict with off-premises alcohol outlets and some of the impacts that they bring to the community as well.
This is an emergency interim ordinance, which means it went into effect yesterday when the City Council passed it, and it will only be in place for 1 year. The city is hosting a meeting June 16th to hear feedback from the public about the results. Well, all night, Chris has been tracking some storms.
Yeah, let's get another look at that active radar. Chris Crocker here with your first alert forecast.
Well, some of the thunderstorm activity has weakened below strong criteria, but it also formed this line from just north of Rathdrum across northern Kootenai County and into parts of Shoshone County with plenty of lightning, gusty winds, and reports of pea-sized hail. And we are continuing to pick up some cloud ground lightning here. It's all moving to the east with a little bit of a southeast component to it. We'll zoom in here on this area that we are still watching, Old 95, and moving away from folks eventually as we get into the evening, but it's still been a noisy evening in parts of Kootenai County. Skies will clear overnight. We're going to start the day off tomorrow in the 40s, mostly sunny skies with a high of 67. 62 is our average high. There's a warming trend in the forecast. We're headed to our first 80-degree day of the season. That's early. I'll explain how unusual that is and have your 7-day outlook in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, more than 1,500 Washingtonians have lost their jobs, along with tens of thousands of other Americans, as federal funding cuts have hit AmeriCorps hard.
The Department of Government Efficiency ordered AmeriCorps, a government program that helps people find work, to terminate roughly $400 million in grants. Today, Hunter Bertram spoke with an AmeriCorps worker impacted by these cuts who doesn't know what's next.
Imagine wanting to help and serve our underserved communities, then moving wherever in the country there's a need. That's what AmeriCorps service members do. It's what Abby Brantman did.
And so I knew that I wanted to do something very service-oriented directly after college. I moved up from Dallas to Spokane, got here on the 7th of March, so I didn't even get a full 2 months of service in.
On Monday, her position with AmeriCorps Vista program gone. A shocking discovery for Brantman and many others.
We had to contact all AmeriCorps members Sunday night to let them know don't go to work on Monday. That's not okay.
Alongside terminated AmeriCorps workers, programs at Palouse Clearwater Environmental Institute and United Way of Spokane were cut.
It just felt very senseless.
And this is where Abby used to work, at Transitions. They've partnered with AmeriCorps for the last 3 years. The program is to help women and children experiencing homelessness.
Sadness and frustration, you know, that's a vital role to lose, and now just trying to figure out how are we going to make that work.
Many nonprofits are losing valued workers that they can't afford to replace.
Tens of thousands that it would cost us in addition every year to fill that position.
And AmeriCorps members are oftentimes available also to help with help communities do emergency response.
Washington, along with a dozen other states, are now suing the Trump administration over these cuts. For Brantman's future,
So I'm kind of where everyone else who's unemployed is right now, which is you throw resumes at the wall until one of them sticks.
Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Well, the number of UPS trucks dropping off Amazon packages will be going down, and you might need to find a different store to send the returns to. UPS worked out a new contract with Amazon to lower the number of packages it handles. UPS is looking to slash about 20,000 jobs and close more than 70 facilities. The company says Amazon is its biggest customer, but not its most profitable. UPS says the layoffs will start this year. It employs 490,000 people. You may already be making fewer Amazon purchases or buying fewer things in general. The latest Conference Board survey finds consumer confidence fell nearly 8 points this month. That brought it down to the lowest it's been since May of 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic. The survey also shows Americans' outlook on the U.S. economy dropped to a level not seen in 13 years, and the percentage of people expecting a recession increased to a 2-year high. People looking for a job or trying to find a new one may find it more difficult. New numbers from the Bureau of Labor Statistics show the number of available jobs dropped to 7.19 million in March. That's the lowest level since September and well below the expectations of those who watch the economy.
Your next drink at Starbucks may not be as cheap as it once was, but it will be quicker. The coffee company is testing out a new drink scheduling system that shaves a whopping 2 minutes of the average time to make a drink. Starbucks says 3/4 of orders during the busiest times at the test cafes were finished in 4 minutes or less, and it did not delay mobile orders. The plan is to launch the ordering technology at cafes across the country. Southwest Airlines is hoping its new fare bundles will take off in the coming year. When you book a flight, you'll have the choice of Basic, Choice, Choice Preferred, and Choice Extra. That extra option is the most expensive, but it does allow you to board early, get 2 free checked bags, access to spacier seating at booking, and complimentary internet. Customers who take any of the other 3 options may have to check their baggage and use the internet. Well, Cougar football season is fast approaching.
You know, I like that. Today, we found out what time the Cougs will kick off the season. Coming up, we'll tell you the game times for all of WSU's home games and which national networks you can watch them on. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by WSECU.
With local utility rebates and massive tax credits available, it's now possible to upgrade to a heat pump for less than a traditional air conditioner. Heat pumps are far more efficient than air conditioners when it comes to heating and cooling your home. Get year-round comfort with higher efficiency, all while lowering your monthly utility bills. So don't be fooled into buying outdated air conditioning technology. Upgrade to a heat pump, the smart choice for smart homeowners. Call Bill's Heating and AC today for your free estimate.
I'm Chad Young from theeasyhomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With theeasyhomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
At Arada's Automax, the owner's daughter, Tatum, has been helping people with special sales for over a decade.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tatum Arada. What sale are you doing now, Daddy? Daddy, what's a tax return sale? What's a blue book sale? Can people really get cash, Daddy, and a car? Daddy, does that mean $1 will buy Arada card checks and RVs? I have $1.
Hurry in, everyone. Arada great deals, and remember,
we're Arada fun, too.
Don't miss the sales going on now at Arada's Automax and Mitsubishi.
just look at those beautiful plants and flowers from the Plant Farm. The Plant Farm is Spokane's go-to garden center. A promise of trust and confidence comes with the healthiest plants from the Plant Farm because their plants and flowers are grown right here. Get annuals, perennials, roses, trees, shrubs, and their signature hanging baskets and more, even indoor plants. Head to the Plant Farm, Spokane's go-to garden center on 4th between Evergreen and Adams in the Spokane Valley because life is better in the garden.
You expect more from your morning news. Good Morning Northwest delivers.
Warning about phone calls in which the scammer is posing as law enforcement.
The information you need.
We'll continue to keep you updated.
Breaking news.
Level 3 immediate evacuation order.
A forecast that helps you plan your day.
Breezy today as we are in between weather systems.
Fresh and informative coverage.
This is the stretch of this area that you can expect delays.
You expect more in the mornings. Good Morning Northwest delivers.
As Washington State enters their second year in the Pac-2 conference with Oregon State, both the Cougars and the Beavs today learned their schedule, kickoff times, and networks they'll be playing on coming up this fall. Cougs kick off the year hosting nearby FCS rival Idaho at 7 p.m. on the CW Network August 30th. Then stick it home next weekend to host the future Pac-12 opponent San Diego State at 7:15 p.m. also on the CW. After a trip to North Texas, the Cougs return to Pullman to face arch rivals Washington at either 4:30 or 5 p.m. on September 20th on CBS. Then they hit the road for 3 games, Colorado State, Ole Miss, and Virginia, before WSU's only early game, which is a 12:30 p.m. kickoff October 25th. That's against the Toledo Rockets on the CW Network. A trip to Oregon State at either 4:30 or 5 p.m. on CBS is November 1st. Then the Cougs have a bye week before home battle against Louisiana Tech at 7 p.m. on the CW. Wazoo plays James Madison on the road, then closes out the regular season against Oregon State again, this time at Giesa Field at 3:30 p.m. on the CW again. Now, given the Cougs have a slew of later games, WSU Athletic Director Ann McCoy spoke with us today on the schedule organization.
Football game days, although, it may be about a game, at Giesa Field, it really is an entire community event. And so really looking at how we can maximize that. I think the different game times will give us a chance, to kind of have a little something for everybody, either the day prior or the morning of or whatever it might be. So I'm genuinely excited about it and thinks it gives us a good opportunity.
Of their 6 home games last season, the Cougs also had 3 night games, but 2 at midday and 1 later afternoon compared to those numbers swapped for this fall. Now, here's the full list of those home game times you mentioned. All the early season games get cooled off in the evening. The only 12:30 kickoff, again, that comes in late October. It's a little bit nicer for the weather. 2025 is also the first WSU season without a weekday game since 2011. Washington State men's basketball added another transfer into the Coug program for next season, Imali Yalaho from the Texas Tech Red Raiders. The 6'8" Finland native averaged just over 3 points and 2 rebounds in his 8 appearances, providing mostly defensive sparks across the bench in his 2 seasons at Lubbock. Yalaho missed 14 games this past season with an upper body injury, and he is WSU's 4th added transfer of the offseason. Spokane Chiefs are just a day away from returning to the ice to try to take a commanding 3-0 series lead over the Portland Winterhawks in the Western Conference Finals. Spokane blew Portland out 10-4 in Game 1 and then a thrilling overtime victory. We've heard that a lot. That sealed Game 2. Puck drop for Game 3 in Oregon is tomorrow at 7 p.m. So a lot of fun for the Chiefs, but how about that many night games for Washington State? Just 1 midday game. And now 12:30 kickoffs are fun, but night games are different.
Real late for me, because sometimes I get off the air with postgame at like 2 a.m. on
Yeah.
those 7 o'clock kickoffs, but it's still fun.
I always prefer the earlier ones because then I could bring the kids.
Yeah, very
Well,
true.
that's not going to happen. All right, we'll be right back after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Let's read some reviews. 5 stars. My shopping experience was excellent. We think you're excellent, Deborah.
We would buy from them again. Highly recommended. Thanks, John, and we can't wait to see you again.
During Kerner Furniture's Customer Appreciation Sale, enjoy the best shopping experience as well as low sale prices on fine home furnishings.
We also guarantee the lowest Lazy Boy prices, and we will beat any in the area.
Stop by today for 5-star shopping and great sale pricing during Kerner Furniture's Customer Appreciation Sale.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Okay, guys, only 2 hours today. Don't be late. Okay, everybody, what do you think? 30 more minutes?
Be part of the YMCA and find your fit in more ways than ever. We're saving a place for you.
R&R RV has just lowered prices on every pre-owned motorhome, fifth wheel, and travel trailer in stock. We're talking jaw-dropping savings on the region's largest selection of pre-owned RVs. All pre-owned units at R&R RV are clean, certified, and never purchased at auction. Quit dreaming. Just do it. Same-day delivery available on many units. Shop pre-owned units now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake, North Spokane, and Lewiston. Or visit rnrrv.com.
Celebrating 30 breathtaking years, one extraordinary show. The dance and music spectacular that took the world by storm and captured the hearts of millions. Riverdance. And now, experience the passion and energy of this mesmerizing show live on stage. Riverdance, the new generation. Coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts, May 28th and 29th. Get tickets now at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Now you can listen to a podcast version of Nightline, available free wherever you listen.
All right, a few showers still out there tonight.
And that's okay when you see what Chris has in store for us in the next few days, right? We just got to get through this.
That's right. And these thunderstorms are moving into Forest Service land now, except for the far western edge. We just need to clear the northern tip of Hayden Lake, and then we should be in the clear. We're getting rain with these thunderstorms, and most of the strikes are negative. They could still start a fire, but it's those positive strikes that we really keep an eye on. And we'll zoom in here. This is the storm system moved over the Chilco Lake and is now just clearing that northern tip of Hayden Lake and should be well into Forest Service land very shortly. And then we can breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief. 4 things to know about your weather. Once those storms clear, skies will clear. It's going to be a sunny Wednesday. We have a warming trend in our forecast. The first 80-degree day of the year is on the way, and then some cooler and at times showery weather for the weekend. Some information about our first 80-degree plus day. The average date is May 17th. We are early. The warmest so far this year, 75. That was way back on March 26th, that record-breaking day. The last 80-degree day was 85 on September 28th. It's been a while. Our record for the earliest day, April 7th. The latest was June 22nd, and that was just back in 2022. You might remember that. We don't have to wait that long. We get it on Friday, 81 degrees. We cool down for the weekend, but we're still above average. And with that cool down, we do have some showers coming in. We're getting a more narrow view of when they're going to arrive. Looks like overnight Friday into Saturday. Only a 40% chance of measurable rain right now, but there will be some sprinkles around, and it's going to be a breezy day. Sunday is Bloomsday. Derek?
All right, Chris, thank you. In the midst of political battles, lawmakers paused today to honor some very special women who helped America win World War II.
They awarded congressional gold medals to the only all-black female unit to serve in Europe during the war. ABC's Melissa Adon has the story.
Known as the 6888, the only all-black female unit to serve in Europe during World War II, honored today. Receiving the Congressional Gold Medal, the oldest and highest civilian award in the United States, alongside the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
These women and the entire 6888 are great American patriots, loyal to a nation that for far too long failed to return that favor.
In 2022, Congress unanimously voted to award the unit its highest honor. A Netflix original film directed by Tyler Perry was released last year about the Trailblazers.
Welcome to the Women's Army Corps.
The 6888 Central Postal Directory Battalion deployed in 1945, the women solving a growing mail crisis in Europe, clearing a backlog of about 17 million pieces of mail in 3 months. twice as fast as anticipated. Their actions credited with boosting the morale among American forces, and they were considered pioneers in military service during a time of racial segregation laws and few opportunities available for women. Stanley Early III, the son of Colonel Charity Adams Early, commanding officer of the 6th 888, accepting the award in her honor. She was the highest-ranking black woman officer during World War II.
They overcame major obstacles to achieve success and made a substantial difference to the Army. They serve as an inspiring role model for young soldiers entering service today.
A monument honoring the women was placed at Fort Leavenworth in Kansas in 2018. The 6th 888 was given the Meritorious Unit Commendation in 2019. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
All right, in case you are not spending the evening outside, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Next, E.T.
The Beehive is buzzing.
Beyonce's Cowboy Carter Tour kicks off in L.A. Plus, Jelly Roll talks weight loss transformation.
Yeah, look at your boy.
And Thunderbolts take over Hollywood next.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Tonight, President Donald J. Trump on his 100th day in office. His first network interview. President Trump, the first 100 days. The interview in the Oval Office. The ABC News exclusive. Tonight on ABC.
It's time to win big this May at the Kootenai Casino. We've got your Kootenai Falls Lodge Room ready, starting at the incredibly low rate of just $79 midweek. We'll even include 2 breakfast vouchers. And you'll love our $20,000 drawing, daily hot spins, and the $10,000 giveaway for Victoria and Memorial Day. Come play in May. Book today. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
It's hard saying goodbye to your car, so AutoNation makes it easy to say hello to your next one. Shop over 25,000 used vehicles now at AutoNation.com. Plus, we'll buy your car and pay you the same day. Visit AutoNation today.
Are you moving? Make it easy with Dan the Moving Man. Reliable, efficient, and stress-free. Dan is your locally owned, trusted household and piano moving partner. Visit DanTheMovingManWA.com for your free quotes today.
I have 2 options for you to take a look at.
When it's time for an update or complete remodel.
Just watch yourself there. So here, guys, we're going to rip everything down to the stud.
Rebath is with you every step of the way, from design and products to removal and installation.
Okay, what do you guys think?
We handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Resilience. At Shriners Children's, we're leaders in pediatric sports medicine. With expertise in sprains, tears, fractures, and other sports-related injuries, we're here to deliver the best care in the business and never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. Because every great comeback starts with a game plan for empowering the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gold Seal Plumbing.
Well, coming up tonight on Nightside, President Trump has officially spent 100 days in office. The message he has for Americans during this time of financial uncertainty tonight at 11 o'clock.
Your planning forecast, we're warming up to a high of 81 degrees on Friday. Last of the thunderstorms moving into the mountains of the central panhandle.
Thank goodness that 81 is not on Sunday. Because let me tell you, Jack, you and I are going to be out there running.
Running?
You're going to run, right?
I'm gonna walk.
There's news to him.
That's I'll walk.
It's going to be really nice weather, though, for Bloomsday.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And like we said, they always like it a little bit cooler.
That's right.
All right, thanks so much for being with us here on 4 News Now at 6. We hope to see you later at 11.